This is a collection of statements by Gurdjieff. They have been grouped together, according to topic. Awakening begins when a man realizes that he is going nowhere and does not know where to go. Awakening is possible only for those who seek it and want it, for those who are ready to struggle with themselves and work on themselves for a very long time and very persistently in order to attain it. What is possible for individual man is impossible for the masses. A considerable percentage of the people we meet on the street are people who are empty inside, that is, they are actually already dead. It is fortunate for us that we do not see it, and do not know it. If we knew what number of people are actually dead, and what number of these dead people govern our lives, we should go mad with horror. The crowd neither wants nor seeks knowledge, and the leaders of the crowd, in their own interests, try to strengthen its fear and dislike of everything new and unknown. The slavery in which mankind lives is based upon this fear. If a man could understand all the horror of the lives of ordinary people, who are turning around in a circle of insignificant interests and insignificant aims, if he could understand what they are losing, he would understand that there can only be one thing that is serious for him: to escape from the general law, to be free. What can be serious for a man in prison who is condemned to death? Only one thing: how to save himself, how to escape. Nothing else is serious. You can never awaken using the same system that put you to sleep in the first place. There do exist inquiring minds, which long for the truth of the heart, seek it, strive to solve the problems set by life, try to penetrate to the essence of things and phenomena, and to penetrate into themselves. If a man reasons and thinks soundly, no matter which path he follows in solving these problems, he must inevitably arrive back at himself, and begin with the solution of the problem of what he is, himself, and what his place is in the world around him. For without this knowledge, he will have no focal point in his search. Socrates' words, "Know thyself," remain for all those who seek true knowledge and being. Without self-knowledge, without understanding the working and functions of his machine, man cannot be free, he cannot govern himself, and he will always remain a slave. The first reason for people's slavery is our ignorance, and above all, our ignorance of ourselves. The first thing, the very, very first thing, find out what your greatest characteristic is, your greatest undoing, your central characteristic of unconsciousness. Each person's is different. Somebody is sex-obsessed, somebody is obsessed with anger, and somebody else is obsessed with greed. You have to watch which is your basic obsession. Personality in man is what is not his own, what came from outside, what he has learned, or reflects, all traces of exterior impressions left in the memory. Knowledge and understanding are quite different. Only understanding can lead to being, whereas knowledge is but a passing presence in it. Knowledge by itself does not give understanding. Nor is understanding increased by an increase of knowledge alone. Understanding depends upon the relation of knowledge to being. It appears only when a man feels and senses what is connected with it. If knowledge outweighs being, a man knows, but has no power to do. It is useless knowledge. On the other hand, if being outweighs knowledge, a man has the power to do, but does not know. That is, he can do something, but does not know what to do. The being he has acquired becomes aimless, and efforts made to attain it prove to be useless. Sincerity is the key which will open the door through which you will see your separate parts, and you will see something quite new. You must go on trying to be sincere. Each day you put on a mask, and you must take it off little by little. One of man's important mistakes, one which must be remembered, is his illusion in regard to his I. Man, such as we know him, the man-machine, the man who cannot do, and with whom and through whom everything happens, cannot have a permanent and single I. His I changes as quickly as his thoughts, feelings and moods, and he makes a profound mistake in considering himself always one and the same person. In reality, he is always a different person, not the one he was a moment ago. It is the greatest mistake to think that man is always one and the same. A man is never the same for long. He is continually changing. Man seldom remains the same even for half an hour. Man has no individual I. But there are, instead, hundreds and thousands of separate small I's, very often entirely unknown to one another, never coming into contact, or, on the contrary, hostile to each other, mutually exclusive, and incompatible. Each minute, each moment, man is saying or thinking, I. And each time his I is different. Just now it was a thought, now it is a desire, now a sensation, now another thought, and so on, endlessly. Man is a plurality. Man's name is Legion. Knowledge can be acquired by a suitable and complete study, no matter what the starting point is. Only, one must know how to learn. What is nearest to us is man, and you are the nearest of all men to yourself. Begin with the study of yourself. Remember the saying, know thyself. Self-observation brings man to the realization of the necessity of self-change. And in observing himself, a man notices that self-observation itself brings about certain changes in his inner processes. He begins to understand that self-observation is an instrument of self-change, a means of awakening. Remember yourself, always and everywhere.